Hey there, Graham Cam here. Gotta do some chores today. So it's taken me a while, but I finally got around to it. Second generation boosted board. They had a recall on the batteries. You have to recycle them and then send the proof that you recycled the battery to boosted board, and then they replace your battery. That being said, I'm still patiently waiting for my extended range battery to show up, in addition to the battery they shipped it with. So boosted board's been down and out. I've been using the original one, but you know, I really want to ride the new board. So but today, battery time. So basically what you do, this is the battery pack, and you recycle this whole thing. It's a single composite unit with the power button and the cable that you plug it into your charging port, whatever you want to call it. And you just take these two little, take these 6 hex bolts out. I just put some tape on here so I wouldn't lose them. You disconnect the cable, and then you take this whole thing off. Now the thing is, there's a number there on the battery. You got to make note of that number, and then make note of your boosted board number, and then you got to fill out a form, and they send you a replacement battery. So can't wait. So my concern with the recycling the battery is I called over to the reclamation center. They recycle batteries, they take care of hazardous materials, and they can't exactly provide me with a receipt for the destruction and recycling of the battery. So I waited until noon because I'm on the East Coast and Boosted is on the West, and I called Boosted Boards. I talked to Hank over there, and he said as long as they can provide me with some form of documentation that the battery is being recycled, I should be fine. So I'm gonna go take the battery over to the recycling center and hope for the best. So my thing is, I don't want to drive all the way over to the recycling center because it's not close by. It's a little bit of a drive, and find out that this isn't gonna work, or drive all the way over there and then find out that I couldn't get anything appropriate. Basically, I don't want to be stuck with a boosted board that has no battery, since they're not cheap to replace. I have to admit, I'm still a little apprehensive about just disposing of the battery all willy-nilly. But that's what Boosted wants us to do, so I am following their instructions. I am recycling my battery and hoping for the best. I have faith. They've been a really good company. Their product is good, and even though they had a little bit of a snafu with these batteries, which they're not the only ones that have had battery problems of late, they're making it good, and they're being transparent, and they're keeping everyone in the loop with production and delays and how long things are going to take. So that's that. I wish I'd been able to take care of this sooner, but I really didn't know where I could take the battery. Now that I figured that out, getting the job done. Would have been nice to have the boosted board, you know, the first gen and the second gen up and running this week, because we got a surprise visitor coming in. So I got down here at the county, and it's just a little drive-through, and they say they can't give me a receipt or any kind of documentation that I've recycled this battery. So I need to try somewhere else. They recommended I go to Interstate Batteries, so I'm gonna try that. battery out of my hot little hands. The struggle is real. So I took my battery to Interstate Batteries at the recommendation of the county, and I was kind of wary. They said they would be happy to recycle it for me. So I'm digging that. The document they gave me is very generic. It just says I exchanged a core. So just to be sure before I left, I called Boosted Boards back. They answered right away, and I spoke with Angelo, and I told them about the document they gave me. It's just a very generic document that says I turned in a core. And he assured me that would be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my documentation together, send that to Boosted Board, and wait for my new battery to come in. To make a long story short, I'm glad that's done. So the battery's out of my hands. Now all I have to do is send the documentation to Boosted Board and get my credit for my new battery. Can't wait. I love that thing, and it's been a real shame. I only actually got to ride it like twice before I got this whole recall thing. So it'd be nice to get up on it and ride around again. Well, while I'm glad that Boosted Board made it easy to return in these batteries for credit for a new battery, I wish there was an easier way of doing it. Also, I'm glad that the county, takes these batteries and hazardous materials off your hands. That's kind of cool. From what I can understand, as long as it's small quantities, it doesn't cost you anything. However, it would be nice to get some kind of documentation saying that you turn that stuff in. Even something generic like the battery company gave me. So hopefully it all works out the way I want it to work out, and I get credit for my battery, and then I can ride that thing again. Because having it sit in my porch attached to nothing, it's kind of lame. I honestly thought by now that I would be riding around on the Boosted Board with several spare batteries in my backpack, just kind of cruising around as long as I wanted to. As luck would have it, that is not the case, but hopefully soon. So I'm sure Boosted has to get all their backorder batteries and their production ramped up, so hopefully I'll be able to buy a couple more extended Rangers, and woohoo, yeah baby, skate all day. I have to admit that pulling that battery off that Boosted Board and then just leaving it someplace with a very generic receipt in my hand kind of made me feel uneasy. But I have total faith in Boosted Board that they'll hook me up and get my battery shipped out to me as quick as they can. So hopefully I'm not too far back in the list of people who have already turned theirs in for warranty claims, or warranty, recall, whatever. Keep riding the original until Gen 2 is back up and running.